You gotta pimp my ride. Oh, welcome to MTV Cribs. Welcome to my $1 million apartment in the middle of Bangkok. My name is Leon Flows. Now, I got a lot of comments, a lot of DMs when I posted my reel about my apartment view. Everybody was asking me, can you do an apartment tour? What condo is this? Where are you living? So I'll just show you around. All right, we got some stuff over here, but I'll show that later. Right upon entering the living room, we have the most important piece here. Whenever I go outside and I have very important business meetings with very important business people, I gotta make sure to be on point. You can never make a first impression twice. These are some beautiful perfumes to make a very, very good first impression. Gris Charnel Extrait. This one actually has the highest compliment and success rate out of all. Smoky, husky, but still sweet. It's kind of like you there, and they know you're there, right? They feel like, oh, like they already start to feel the butterflies. And for the important business people, they already start to feel like, yeah, this is a guy I should take serious. Also love this one, popping off a bit more these days. Now, for any of you guys watching, a little advice, throw your Dior Sauvage far away. Not because I find it a horrendous scent, but because I've inquired with certain business people with beautiful long hair, beautiful brown eyes, which scents they really liked and which scents they definitely disliked. And Dior Sauvage is up there with the, whenever I smell that, I'm leaving. Actually, I shouldn't show this to you guys. Don't get any of these perfumes.
We'll go through a clip of the results of the perfume.
Oh, I have that one.
Oh, no, Daddy.
So moving on from the perfume, we go into the beautiful living room. Now this looks a little bit weird. It doesn't look like the normal couch with a TV, but I'll show you why later. One of the biggest reasons I got this apartment is the view. And just this space in general is super, super, super fucking beautiful. I grew up in a very small town in the Netherlands. And I was super broke. I was just living with my mom 3 years ago. Every day I woke up, it's a super shitty view. It was the neighbor had chickens and doves. And the smell that was coming from it into my room was horrendous. All the motivation I had was just, I want to get out of here. And the worst thing I find about like living in a small village is just the stale energy, right? People are just not evolving. People are not on self-improvement. People are not really trying to make something of life. They kind of just accept things as they are. It's like, oh yeah, get a job, get married, work for 40 years, retire. It's just like, that's okay, like respect if that's you, but that was just not me. I just wanted something different. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world, right? Experience great places like these. Every day, this literally inspires me, right? It's crazy as well. Like if you come and take a look, come and take a look, come and take a look. Bangkok is just infinity, to be honest. Like you can look so far that way and it doesn't stop. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? This city does not end. The first time we came to Bangkok, we used to be like on the rooftop of another building. And we were just watching, it's like, bro, we're building an online business, but there's people who built this whole city. Like if they can do that, like we can make 100K a month online with an agency, helping people get clients. My setup. So this is where I kind of do my work, you know? And I'll move this desk from time to time. So sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, depending on what I want as a background for my camera. Obviously, we got a standing desk, so you might get active some days. Some days you feel a little bit more like. Yeah. And then this is the main piece. This is where I like, tell you guys about, hey, if you want to make 10K a month, the best thing you can do if you have no skill, start an agency. That's what I did. If you have a skill, build a personal brand and sell high ticket coaching, consulting, courses, whatever, right? So when I first started out in business and I was living with my mom, I was super broke, which was around 3 years ago. I started an agency and I started helping other businesses get them more leads, get them more appointments. And then I helped them get more clients, which got me to my first 10K a month. And then I started traveling, right? I started traveling Thailand. I went to a little island called Koh Samui. That's also where I met the guy behind the camera. And people started asking me like, hey, how are you traveling all the time? And how are you living such a cool life? And I was making around 10, 15K a month at the time from my agency. So these people started asking me like, can you help me do that as well? And I was like, all right, sure. And the first clients I actually took on for like, 2K, 3K, something like that. And I literally coached them for like, I didn't even have a time span. It was just like for the next few months until you get success. And then that's how I got the first few people to give me a testimony of like, yo, Leon changed my life. I went from making 2K a month in a job to making 10K a month. dropping out or quitting my job and now I'm traveling the world, all that cool stuff. Also, you can see some of that on my channel. But yeah, that's a quick explanation. So here we got a cool fitness rack. Actually, this used to be a real living room. This used to be a couch and the TV was right over there, right? I was just like, I never sit on the couch. I never watch TV. So I thought, okay, let's get a little rack. And for any of you think like, oh, this unsafe, does this thing even work? You can see it actually works. You can do your dips on here as well. It's not the most sturdy, right? I have to admit that, but it gets the job done. So, sure, SM7B, that's just what I use for recording my videos. MacBook Pro, obviously. Adam audio speakers. Before I started ever in business, I was very obsessed with music and producing music, making music. I was an artist for quite some time. And Adam Audio is a really, really good sound system. As an entrepreneur, right, sometimes literally just playing one song, playing one good song can literally get you out of that like weird brain fog state and just be like, okay, fuck, let's go, I'm motivated. And then you just bust out a bunch of deep work. So if you're not leveraging music, leverage music. All right, so what do I actually pay for this apartment? Is this actually $1 million apartment? Now, when I checked the listing, the sale price is about $1 million. But the rent price that I pay is around $3,000, and that includes electricity, Wi-Fi, water, all of it. So about $3,000 a month. I make around 50K a month with my business, so it's not the biggest expense. And I care about having an environment where I feel good, I can do my stuff, and I can focus. So that's why I decided to spend that amount of money. I got this beautiful storage right here. I didn't know what to put in here. So this is super pretentious. Like, why the fuck do you have a Loro Piana box as if it's a flex or something? It's not. I know it's not. I just wanted to fill this thing up. So yeah, that's why it's there. More important is this right here, the books. Obviously, we got all the Alex Hormozy books, right? To scale your business, which is what we help all clients with. And then we have Good to Great, some other stuff. Actually, I love audiobooks more. It just is way easier for me to consume. Joe Malone, Peony, and Blush Suede. This will make your apartment smell very nice.
Why does this look like you're going to get a massage? The fucking candles and shit.
Yeah, it's just like, I wanted to make it a bit homely, but I do like the interior a lot. Like the stuff they got, like this kind of stuff, I fuck with that. That kind of like, what is it called? What do you call that?
Marmor or like fucking...
Yeah.
Stone that looks like you're living in Greek.
Marble. All right, so we come to what actually should be the main bedroom. So this used to be a king bed with this beautiful thing. And then I was like, no, this is gonna be my living room. And I am never here. I just never am. The only time I'm actually here is when I have a very dear business meeting that requires a couch, and it's actually quite soft, so it works well. Sometimes I eat here. Why did I decide to not have my bed in here? Well, there's this beautiful sliding door, and behind this sliding door is one of the most busy roads in the whole of Bangkok, which is so fucking loud. It's also nice. We got Royal Bangkok Sports Club over there, which is like a closed community for people who play golf. I believe that's like a bunch of billionaires right there. Honestly, at least multi-millionaires. Like, you cannot get in this club at all if you're a normie, even like, a decently successful business owner. You will not get in there. You need to be like inherited wealth, trust fund, daddy, baby, sugar baby, and then you can maybe join. But yeah, just take a look. That is Central World, which is like the mall that we went to so many times when we first came into Bangkok. What's the best thing about Central World?
Baddies.
The best thing is the stores, obviously, and the food.
So what's better, baddies than food? Baddies.
God. God is better than baddies. Malls. Never play, but thanks, Noah, for giving me your Nintendo Switch. He just gave that to me so he could buy the Switch too. That was his only fucking plan. This fucking guy. Bathroom. The bath, which I never use. And yeah. As a kid, I always wished, like, man, I wish I had a chair to sit on if I took a shower. Plato, sitting in the shower, thinking deep philosophical thoughts, 8 years old. And I was just like, what's the meaning of life?
Actually sit on it.
Why am I here? So just imagine yourself, right? Rain shower, just chilling, like, letting the stress fade away from the day.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
Wet.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. The main piece of this condo, the other bathroom. Whoa. And this is the room where I spent at least 8 hours every single day. Leon, why do you have a mattress and a mattress topper and then another mattress on top? Honestly, this thing is hard as fuck. I thought I'd fix it with this one. So if I'm actually sleeping together with a business meeting, why are you sleeping with a business meeting? Okay, anyways,
Good to clip.
sometimes I have ghost friends. And then I will take this and just put it on here. But this mattress is very nice and soft. And so if I'm alone, I like to just sleep on this one. And then we got another view right here of Bangkok. Kitchen. As a guy who wants to get the most out of his life, we can't skip over supplements, right? So here's the productivity stack that I use. Obviously, we have creatine, 10 grams to the dome every single day will get you right. It improves a lot of stuff in your body, brain, muscle, all that stuff. Boron, it improves your testosterone. Fish oil improves your testosterone. Also, brain function and clarity is heavy on this one. Like, fish oil is one of the few supplements that I actually feel a difference. And we got magnesium glycinate. I used to love this, but every time I take this, I just get the wildest dreams. And for a long time, I enjoyed that. But now sometimes I just want to sleep and not have a full cinema Steven Spielberg movie going on. So yeah, but magnesium glycinate, if you're struggling with sleep, that'll get you right. Zinc, what is zinc for?
Immune system.
Immune system. And then here's a bunch more. We have Cock 10, because everybody loves cock, obviously. And then low salt, which is like potassium, if you're wanting to have more potassium. We have ashwagandha. I have been in a love-hate relationship with this one. A lot of emotional entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs take it to control their emotions. But I find if I take this long enough, I get into the state where nothing matters anymore. I'm like, why am I here? What am I doing? I have no drive. So therefore, I don't really take it. Tomcat Ali, more testosterone. You can see we just optimized for testosterone. That's pretty much all you need to do as a man. I have this beautiful electrical cooking plate, but I don't cook. And I also don't clean because we're in Bangkok. I'm an entrepreneur, so I value my time. So that's why I hired a mate. It's a very simple rule as an entrepreneur. Just determine what is my time worth per hour. Everything under that, outsourcing. Right? If you're doing any type of work that can be outsourced for less than what your time is worth, outsource it, delegate it, give it to somebody else, hire. So yeah, no cooking, no cleaning. Beautiful thing about Bangkok, we have the most best food in the planet right here, all on Grab, delivered to you within like 30 minutes. Now, let's go down to all the amenities in this building. In every condo in Bangkok, you have at least a pool, a gym. So we're gonna check that out. Oh, look what I found. YSL. The first thing in my apartment is actually my shoe rack. It looks extremely shit, but it gets the job done. All right, let's go. Little mirror when you go outside, check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you look good for the ladies and the most important business meetings that you have, right, you can just double check. This is the fourth room of my apartment. No, never mind. One thing I really love about this condo as well is like this thing right here. So there's actually no buttons in the lift. You can only just, press your key card, which you're gonna do now, then select the floor and it will instantly tell you what elevator you have to take. So no sitting there going like, which one is it? Which one is it? Hello, darkness. Wait, let's take a picture with the... I used to be broke as shit. Now we broke with your bitch.
Yeah.
Now I crack your hoe.
Facts.
She doesn't know about this show.
Facts.
She about to suck on the D.
Facts.
While she elevating up in me. Oh,
Facts.
What?
Facts.
Sickest condo in Bangkok. I'm with your girlfriend. She Bangkok.
Show the clip.
This is the public hallway. This one is fun. There's nobody in here. Let's go. So here you can do a presentation. It's kind of a co-working space. There's a lot of people chilling here, just working here in general, and just doing their thing. And then like a free coffee machine, tea, chocolate milk, whatever you want. So when I started my business, I made a bunch of mistakes and I didn't know shit. So after like 2-3 years of just consistent failing, I was just like, you know what? I'm no longer going to be a free monkey. I'm just going to invest in myself. And that's when I decided to get a mentor, right? And I literally had that day, I had $10,000 in my bank account. I decided to invest that $10,000 in a mentor. And literally 2 months later, I hit my first $15,000 month. And I took a one-way trip to Thailand. So that really changed my life. So here's the pool. I actually spent quite a bit of time in this pool because I learned now, like before as an entrepreneur, I was always like grind, 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 hustle, hustle, no rest. And whenever I rested, I felt like guilty and I was like, oh my God, I'm falling behind and everybody is, succeeding past me. But ultimately that kind of just leads to you burning out over and over. So I found it like actually super important right now to get rest. And I usually do that right here. So first of all, this pool doesn't look super amazing, but it's actually really good. Like the temperature is so fine and you have jets right there, which is basically just a bursting bubble, right? But it's at such a strength that it actually is like kind of a massage. So what I like to do is I just like to sit there and then kind of just get my back massaged by the water. And that just is super, super, super calming. And the cool thing as well is like you can kind of do this weird floating thing, kind of just put your arms right over there, and then you just like kind of like float. And it's like you're having the best time of your life. Gym. It's like the AC is broken right now, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, you got kind of everything you need in terms of dumbbells, equipment. It's free, or at least it comes with a condo. It's not free, but it comes with a condo. This is my sun farming area. So obviously also for your health, vitamin D is super important. So now the sun is kind of over there and setting, but in the morning the sun is over here and then I'll just sit here, farm the sun for like 20-30 minutes, get the vitamin D up. What is vitamin D good for?
Man, it's good to clip.
I never come here, but there's a steam room and there's a sauna. Nobody's here, so that's good. Maintenance, I'm not sure how much, but yeah. Sauna, steam room, everywhere in Bangkok. Pretty much any decent condo has a pool, a gym, a sauna, steam room. So why Bangkok? Why Thailand is also something people ask me a lot. Well, Thailand in general is just a super nice country. People are so friendly. Obviously, the climate is super nice. It's always hot. It's always good weather. And it's just like super convenient, right? In Thailand, you can have an amazing lifestyle and you don't even have to spend that much money. So obviously I got, a 3K a month condo, but even if you're like making 2-3K a month, you can have an amazing condo for a couple $100, live your life for, $1,000 to $1,500 and just be out here. So it's extremely free. People are extremely friendly. And it's just an amazing, amazing country to be in. Overall, it's a super convenient city. You got everything you need. Grab is so amazing. You have the best food here. You have the best malls here. You can have massages for $10, $15, and just live a really great life. And a really great thing about Bangkok as well is everything in Thailand is like 1 hour flight away, right? So if you want to be on an island, I can literally book a flight right now, and tonight I'm in Koh Samui and I'm on the beach sipping a coconut, and I can literally book a flight, be in Phuket 3 hours from now and have an amazing island lifestyle. So if you're more of an island person, I would recommend Phuket, Koh Samui, Pattaya even. I've only been there once. It has a kind of a bad rep because of like, people think about like mostly sex and like, all those kind of things when it comes to Pattaya. But when you're there, that's only actually just one street where that's like kind of the main focus. The rest of Pattaya is just a nice city with also all the amenities, all the cool lifestyle things, really great food. Good beaches if you go a bit further south. So shout out Thailand. Basically in the West, it's like parking ticket, get a degree, work full time, get a job. And in Thailand, it's just like, Sawadee ka shon ka, kokon ka. Don't dream about another girl, nah. Kiss, kiss, chup, chup. So actually, I have a bunch of free stuff on my channel. If you want to learn how to grow a business, you are starting out in business, or you want to scale your business, especially online, go watch the videos on my channel. I give a bunch of free value. Very soon, I'm gonna actually upload a full free course that will be probably around 10 hours of free material that used to be for my paid program that people paid thousands and thousands of dollars for. That will actually be all out for free on this exact channel so you can learn how to start and scale a simple agency, coaching business, or any kind of online business in general. Now, we don't endorse any kind of get rich quick schemes. For me to get from where I was living with my mom, literally having anxiety all the time and just feeling super stressed and how am I going to make it in life or anything, to being here took a lot of work. I'm not going to lie about that, right? It took me to change my mindset, took me to get a mentor, right? I invested tens of thousands of dollars in myself to be where I want to be. And I keep doing that. And same thing with this guy, my business partner, right? We always invest in ourselves, we put the work in, but we've also seen so many people succeed because of doing the same things, right? So, for example, we had students that were literally in high school, 16 years old, go to the stuff that we taught them, gave them all our systems, all the stuff we know, and that are now traveling the world, making more money than a doctor in a month. We got 22-year-olds who literally went from a full-time job making $4,000 per month at Ticketmaster to now having an agency that makes about $80,000 a month and buying his Porsche and traveling on private jets and whatever. So life can truly be super, super fucking different if you put the work in and you actually do the steps that are required. But, as with anything, it'll take work. But hey, you're working anyway. So for me, it was very simple. It's like I could either work a 9 to 5, or I could take the same time, put it into something different where I don't have a boss, nobody's watching me, I have time freedom, I can decide for myself, and I'm building skills that are gonna serve me for the rest of my life. So it's just what you bet your time on, what do you do with it, and what comes from it. So with that being said, I appreciate you for watching and see you on the next one.
Get the clip.
Yeah.